What's up? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Let me refresh, make sure I have this set up. And before we start, and okay, now I'm on mute on this end, and now it looks like everything's fine. Let me know in the chat. Now I think we're officially good to go, right on time. And Brian says we're good. Robert, a nice little chat going before we started. People here early. Ron J, Joseph, Will, Paper Drew, Andrew, Dan, let's see, John, Andrew Cherry, or Lit Cherry Vlogs. Let's see who else. Mr. Sports LA, what's up? Good to see you. I'm gonna be sending you something very very soon, so I appreciate it. Thanks for also the little ink be gone using that on the fines. District Deals, what's up? Ron J, which I think I already said what's up, but again, Derek, Hustle and Silence, Don Hustle, Edgar, Greg, Tech Pop, Mercurial Venom, Justin, Jorge's here, and Robert, Brian, Go Blue. Man, okay, more people coming in. Let me refresh this, make sure we're not frozen. And nope, we're good. Okay, so first off, wanted to say congrats to Zach and Tracy, Hustle and Muscle, and for baby Bella. So they just had a baby today. So congrats to them. Wanted to make sure I got my shout out in. And let me see. What? Let's get this bread, Andrew. Zombies, what's up? Panda Rose, good to see you too. When shopping at Ross, how do you search up the item on eBay? What are the number we're supposed to look at? We're looking at the Nike style code, and I do have a video on that. It's a little bit further in the archives, but it's definitely there if you want to go back to look at that one. Marshall's been sucking the last 60 days. I agree. Faith, good to see you too, and Flippin' Cheddar. And let me get out of this so I can screen share, and we can start, our slideshow. The thing is, so we're going to start off with PayPal news, which right now people are pretty angry about their new policy change. Have you heard about this? Let me know in the chat. What do you think about it? I'm going to explain it in our nice Ross reselling terms. And let me let me make sure I get out of this. I can even show you what I'm even talking about. Okay, entire screen and share. All right, let me move this out of the way. And I don't want this, hold on. Okay, out of the way. We're good there. Okay, can you see everything? Code Blue says, don't remind me. Robert says, I haven't heard. So there we go. Make sure you can see the screen. Everything looks good. Okay. So let me explain what's going on. So what happened, and this thing came out, I think, a couple of days ago, and their policy, what's up, Jeff, is going to change for May 7th, 2019. Now, online sellers are concerned about a change PayPal is making to its user agreement that could prove quite costly to sellers. According to PayPal notice, PayPal will no longer credit fees for refunds, for returns, or other reasons. So their quote, we're changing how we treat refunds. If you refund partially or fully a transaction to a buyer or donation to a donor, there are no fees to make the refund, but the fees you originally paid as the seller will not be returned to you. So my example here, what's up, Max? Hustle and Muscle, congrats to you. Gave you the shout out, baby Bella. Here is, I try to go for like a higher one that I sold recently, so you can really see how it somewhat impacts your sales. So LeBron 16, $279.99, what I sold March 20th. So let's break it down for the PayPal fees, not eBay fees, just PayPal. On this side, we have purchase total $279. PayPal fee, we have $842. Now the $842 includes the 2.9%, which would take us down to $271.87, minus the 30 cents, which is their whatever fee. Well, I don't even know what the fee they call that one. Let's just say whatever transaction fee, right? So 30 cents plus the 2.9%. Now that combined comes out to $8.42. Now what they're telling us is that this $8.42, if this buyer returns LeBron 16s, I'm not going to see that $8.42 no matter what. So they're pretty much going to now keep the PayPal fees and that 30 cents transaction. I think they used to only keep the 30 cents and give you back the rest, the 2.9%. Now they're going to keep both. So yeah, sellers are not too thrilled about this. Let me see. Let me go back up. Let me see what's up. Man at Gaming. Man, where am I? Yo Mama. That's what's up. Shout out. Let's see. Let me see. I thought eBay was moving away from PayPal. I remember they made an announcement. Yes, they are. But that hasn't really fully 100% taken into place yet. Like they do have some other ones, like Google Pay is now coming in. And I think Apple Pay, things that they're working with, and eventually they're going to do their own thing, but we're not there yet. And now PayPal has this new policy, and they're going to kick that in right away. So we know eBay takes a while to do things anyway, but PayPal, they're moving quick, and they want to make sure they're going to get this money back on the refunds. It's really going to impact, like, here's an example, $279, but if you're selling things at $250, $300 plus, high-end shoes, you're really going to see that difference on the return. So that's what I wanted to throw in there. Let me go back up. Good girl boss, Haruna, good to see you. Let me see. I think it's stupid they're doing that. Good thing I have no returns on. That's from Robert. Gives eBay another reason to cut them out. eBay does need to hurry up. Daniel, I have no clue what's going on here. eBay's taking a while, but that's where we're at on PayPal. So let me make sure we're not frozen. Everything good here. All right, we're good. All right, let's go to the next. April Fools, how we're kicking this off. So let me know in the chat if you enjoyed the RBX April Fools joke. At one point, like I said, I was like, man, this is getting tougher than I thought to look for RBX items. But yes, April Fool's joke. And I'm going to censor out this. So I got this email based on this video, and I censored out the name to be nice, but I thought it was funny. So I got this email and it says question. This is the email when I first read it, the subject, and I was like, okay, hello, Hustler Hack. I am somewhat new to reselling. I watch your videos. I was wondering why RBX? I seen eBay not going for anything. And then like a couple of hours later, Hustler Hack, you got me. Oh man, I was dying. But if this is you, then maybe you fell for the April Fool's joke. It was a little rough, but we did get through the video. So yeah, reading my emails, and that's where we're at. All right. Nice. Okay, next one. What's our word of the week? Victim to your April Fool's joke. Pivot is going to be our word of the week. So I'm going to be talking about it's a combination, like a reselling rut. If you're stuck in this certain thing, I guess reselling on eBay or other platforms, but also maybe pivoting to something new or something to improve what you already have going on. So I'm going to be talking about that and give you my real life situation of where I'm at and where I'm going, where I want to go to move things. Because if you've been following Merch by Amazon, some people don't care about it. I had people tell me in person, you know, man, Merch by Amazon, whatever videos you do about that, I don't watch them. And they told me in my face, and I was like, hey, I don't blame you. Most of this stuff is about like Ross finds, flipping on eBay, that, especially if you're into sneakers, Merch by Amazon's not going to interest you. But Merch by Amazon, I've made a lot of money throughout the years, and now it's like really going downhill. So pivoting into something new or something that I used to do, adding that on, I'm going to get into that later for our main topic for today's show. So we have a lot to get into. Also, we're going to have the giveaway. We're going to have 3 winners today for the $50 gift cards, and you get to choose what you want. So, all right, let me go to the next one. All right, store updates. I don't know if we talked about this one or not. Woodland, California, and I don't like this news. Burlington will close on Friday, April 19th. So you got some time. You got 16 days. A sales associate said Burlington will not be renewing its lease at this mall. I don't know where this is at exactly. Merchandise is 20% off and all sales are final. If you're somewhat in this area, let me know you've been going to this store. Let me know if there's anything good left. It looks like they're pretty much closing up shop and they're moving on. But California has so many stores. I mean, you're going to win regardless. Woodland is getting wiped out due to lack of sales. So there we go. That's some down hustle. So it looks like down hustle somewhere in the area. 20% off. That's what it says. So let me know you've been going to this store. I'm just keeping up with the news and the updates. But it said, yeah, this one is closing. Now, while this one is closing, we have another one opening. Gastonia, North Carolina. Did we talk? I thought we talked about North Carolina ones not too long ago. Maybe it was different stores. But let me know. North Carolina opening a large new retail store in Franklin Square. So Burlington, I don't know when that one is opening. You can do the further research if you're in this area. All right, next one. What's up, B? RBX for the low. Ontario, Oregon. Marshalls prepares Ontario grand opening. So open its door on April 4th, which is tomorrow. If you're in this Oregon area, there we go. Marshalls has been a little dry lately. I'm not going to lie. At least in my area, I've seen some pretty... We're going to go into Marshalls on the power rankings. But if you want to go to the store, opens tomorrow if you're in this Ontario, Oregon area. And make sure it didn't freeze. Okay, we're good. And... let me go to the next one. So while I was looking at the stores, right, at the at these store updates, I found this article, and I thought it was hilarious. So why Yankees All-Star Giancarlo Stanton still shops at Marshalls and TJ Maxx? This is a serious article. I'm not lying. You can even look this up. Published March 28th. The $325 million outfielder says you don't need money to have style ahead of opening day. And so it says, in fact, Bronx Bombers outfielder has doesn't need a hitter, told Page 6 that he still shops at TJX, shows the whole thing, chain stores like TJ Maxx. Now, look at his quote. Some athletes are all about labels. The Gucci, Fendi, all the way down. They like to put their money into it, but you don't need money to have style. I go to TJ Maxx and Marshalls. I don't forget where I came from. that last part made me laugh. Like, I don't forget where I came from. Grew up with TJ Maxx and Marshalls. How much did TJ Maxx and Marshalls pay this guy to say this whole quote? $325 million. I'm letting you know right now, Ross, if you want a quote from me, I'll do it for 1/10, 1/1000th of what you paid this guy. Definitely. I'll tell you that I shop at Ross. I'll come out in the commercials. I'll have like a fake family. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. And I'll support Ross. We can fight against this. But anyway, that is hilarious. Okay, let's go to the power rankings. So we're going to go one by one, like we did last time. We'll do one by one, show the examples of what some real life finds that have been tagged in. And then we'll have all of them all on one sheet. So would you rep RBX if they sponsored you? Oh, man, that is rough. That'd be like the ultimate sellout if that happened, right? You'd be like, man, the Hustler Hex is getting hustled out here wearing RBX. And then you saw a commercial. I can't do it unless their offer was too good to be true. I mean, if RBX offered you $3 million to wear RBX, not only will you be wearing RBX every single day, you would have the RBX PP pads, the basketball, everything. You go all in. Okay, let's go to the next one. So, power rankings. I really try to find like a really good photo that somebody tagged me in, or something about DD's discounts. And I was like, man, DD's discounts, we're going to hit it good. And then I saw this article, car crashes into DD's discounts in Miami. It's like we couldn't catch a break for DD's discounts. It's like we, you know, I was hoping someone was just going to tag me in something awesome, and instead we got this. So police say driver fell asleep behind the wheel. So before you laugh, okay, he's fine. In case you really wanted to wonder, he's okay. Nobody got hurt. He fell asleep. He went through the store, but he's fine, and everybody else is fine. So there you go. DD's discounts. That's the only update I have. All right. Let's go to the next one, TJ Maxx. And so for TJ Maxx, I didn't even have anything to really write about. And that's funny. Miami happens all the time. Just does not always make the news. Florida never fails. Florida. That's funny. Could just remove DD's. We probably should. You know what? We should probably just narrow it down to 3. I mean, really, that's what it comes down to. Because TJ Maxx at this point, too, I went... When did I go? I went twice this week. Both times, nothing new. And, oh, you tagged me for TJ Maxx. Okay, so now I got to go double check on that. But TJ Maxx, did I have anything? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. But you know what? Let's just go to the Marshalls. I'll go back to TJ Maxx. I'll go back through my tags and see what's out there. Marshalls, we're at 2 stars. And Air Max 95s are still there. Some of the 270s, someone said they're a little high priced. KDs, yes, those are still there. Low end cleats. I found more pairs of Academies this week. At all my Marshall stores, got a lot of those. And then Air Force Ones are starting to come back. And I'll show you the example. So here we go. Fuego LA. I literally walked into my Marshalls 2 days ago, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. They're back? How did this happen? I really thought we were over and done with this shoe, and they're back in the Hustle B colorway, $49.99. And he tagged me on it. I saw him personally, and I'm like, ah, man. All right. And then Outlet Shoppers, $79.99 for the Air Max 95, or should I say the Famous Makers 95s. And some saw them for maybe the different color at $59.99. I think that's obviously a way better price at $79. Either way, you got to do your research, but $79 is kind of pushing it, especially for if it's just a color that's not really moving that great. So totally up to you. See what you find in your area. I would like to find 95s in my area, but I haven't seen anything like that. I would like to find 270s. Haven't seen anything like that at Marshalls in my area. So there. All right, let's go to next one. Ed Bay says found 2 Kobe All-Star jerseys sewn for $39. Nice. That's what I like. Retail $225. Got a pink Air Force One. I'm gonna return them $34.99. That's some DFW kicks. Let me see. My Marshalls had Air Force 270s, very nice, and the Flight Posits. And let me see. Found Flight Posits and 270s. There we go. From 2 different people. Actually found both of those. Triple black 270s. Man, maybe Marshalls need to be. Maybe my Marshalls is the only 2 stars. I need to get that up. Let's see. You should collab with Jake. I can learn a lot from Jake. Look, Jake is my homie. And if you want to go back to some of the videos, Jake is in there. Jake has gone to every out-hustled workshop known to men. And I told Jake, too, if he wants to get balled up on the court, I can gladly do that. All right. Ross, number 2. Where is Jake? Is he in here? Tiger Woods, foam posits, which we're going to talk about. Jordan 31s, Jordan cleats, NHL jerseys, some really, really cheap. PG ones, Kyrie's, Nike soccer jerseys. Some are really high, like $34.99, $29.99. But some really depend. Same thing. Got to do the research, just like anything. And the foam posits. So we are going to get into that. Patrick, $2. There we go. Let me see. Ross is dead in Dallas. DFW kicks. Shots fired. Cherry vlogs. Hilarious. Tiger Wood golf shoes are coming up at Ross for sure. What's up with the eBay Open pickup game in Vegas this year? We should do something. I was telling Carlos and Jake that we got to do something for Vegas, some sort of game, 1-on-1, 5-on-5, something good for the channel, entertaining for the channel for sure. All right, let's see Ross Shallington with the Jordan 9 baseball cleats, I believe, baseball. You know what's funny about this, though, is that every year I get the same comments, right? That's like, man, these cleat prices are out of control. Ross has figured this out. They're watching videos like yours. They're raising up the prices. And this is why we can't make money anymore. And then now that these Jordan 9 cleats are coming out, what's the price? $19.99. The same $20 that we know and love. Some cleats have gone up, but a lot of them, this one and some of the other football ones, are still $19.99. I mean, what else do you want? $14.99? $10.99? $9.99. So shout out to you, Ross Shallington, and back-to-back tags. Also with the Tiger Woods, he got a nice little pile right here, about four to five pairs. And this one actually, well, it being golf, totally different price. But compared to the cleats, this one at $39, still good money to be made there. And the cleats at $19.99. Now, moving on to what you want to know and see. Yes, so the Luck Ducks, shout out to you with the foam posits. And I think they ended up picking up like 8 pairs or something like that. $49.99, comparable value $173. What is your take on the foam posits? Let me know in the chat. We've had totally mixed results on IG, on emails, people sending that to me on DMs. People have passed on them. Some people have taken some. Some people have taken a lot of them, like 8 to 10, 12 pairs. So let me know what you think in the chat. Here's my take. Now, $49.99, they are women's. Me and Ken were also talking about this, that they're also not the pro. You know, they don't have the Nike swoosh on here. But foam posits are foam posits. And being at 49, sure, they may not sell tomorrow. They may not sell next week. But if we've followed foam posits in general, they've always held their value for the most part. And it's funny, though, is that people say that, like, they're flooded right now. There's so many of them. I haven't even seen them yet. And I haven't posted any videos about them yet. I haven't shown anything because I haven't even found them. So it's maybe it's El Paso area. Maybe, no, Texas, I'm pretty sure, right? Texas, anybody else? DFW, did you find these? Or maybe you did. You said Dookie, so maybe you passed. But I don't know, Texas, anybody find them? Let me know. But I haven't seen them. So you could always hold until the flood ends. That's from Robert. Fit for Flair. Anyone going to Posh Fest 2019? Let me see. Local sales double up. Yeah, I mean, totally depends on the platform, right? And where you're trying to sell them. Let me see. I think I did about 7 pairs a weekend, $29.99 each pair from Patrick. Never mind on women's. Yeah, they are a women's shoe. They're not men's. I always find it like difficult to find some of the women's shoes because there's like so many different styles and they have like double the amount of like racks and things to go through compared to the men's. And I'm like, man, everything's all over the place. I really got to focus. I need like an energy drink to figure things out. All right. So of course, Burlington being number one, they've been number one this entire year. We're in April. Burlington, no signs of slowing down yet. And even reading that article, remember we read that article about Burlington really trying to, I guess, improve. They've also been renovating stores, trying to do all this stuff. Hey, Burlington's been putting up the numbers. We can't complain about that, at least in some areas. But high-end cleats, NMDs, Air Max 97, still been out there. Vapor Max, golf shoes, LeBron 16, some random Adidas Hardens and Ultra Boost, Air Max 95s. It's wild out there. So Burlington is definitely one of those stores that you got to go every single day. Even if You have 3 stores like me, you got to go every day. You never know what you're going to find out there. So let me see. Romaleos 3, if I said it right. Faith Lopez. So congrats to you on that one. And Ross Shallington again with more heat, up tempos. I believe this is a kid's size, what, 6? $39. That's I think it's a Georgetown colorway, I believe. And then some of the Hardens, so Authentic Athletic Apparel tagged me on this one. And what are some other ones recently, though? I think someone tagged me on some 95s or 97s. Maybe that's later on. I'm doing some other ones later on during the show, but Burlington in general has still been doing really, really good. So keep going. Never know what's out there. Let me know in the chat anything that you found recently worth mentioning. Let me know. Let me see. Sold 1 pair of irregular golf cleats. People lying and not listing as irregular, though. I believe they were, I did find them too, like the Flyknit Racer Golf, I believe. And it said irregular on Burlington tag. And then I checked at the inside tag and I didn't see any B grade. And me and Ken were talking about that, though, that Ken was telling me that it looks like there was some bleeding on like the side of the shoe. And it did kind of look like that too. And some sizes are really, really good. Some of them, there's a lot of them. Really just depends, and doing the research on that. But I didn't see B grade stamp on, the inside tag. So I don't know. I mean, I could see either one, people listing it's the glue that's discolored. Okay, there we go, from Chris. I think it's like on the inside panel of the shoe, the glue or something. Some of the plastic was faded, so a little mix. All right, we're not frozen. Okay, we're good. So in the end, here's the complete breakdown of the 1 or a half, 1 star, 2 star, 3, and Burlington with the 4 stars. And in case you've been wondering, you're probably like, man, Glenn's lazy. He hasn't even been putting or changing these. Trust me, I have. I have been putting in different names of the shoes in here over time, and also changing the stars. So it's changing from week to week. But I'm just waiting for someone to take down Burlington, and this is going to stay number 1 all year. But we're in April. Let's see what happens. All right, let's get into our main topic. Reselling rut. How sad. Look at the photo. And this is kind of a mix, though. I mean, I don't know if I really say rut. I guess it could be, if you're in that situation, some things you can do to get out of it. And then I also have kind of like a different side of it of like pivoting into different things. So, which is what I'm doing, and kind of going back to what I was selling before, which I'm going to explain. And if you're in a rut, what you would do on that side to get out of it. So let me start off with, this is really, really small, but I can at least read it to you. So merch by Amazon, and I'm going to explain a little bit about merch by Amazon. It might go in and out. You might not care, but eventually I'll get into the main thing with Ross and all that. But so merch by Amazon, I had a combination. My combination of being a full-time seller is merch by Amazon and eBay and the other apps and YouTube, and making money, from those 3. And merch by Amazon, started off slow. I really built that up. And over time, they made different changes on their platform, which, like our example with PayPal, they can do that too, right? Like the returns now maybe you're not getting that money back. eBay could do whatever they want to. They could really push for free returns or raise up fees or anything, just like any of the other apps can. We're technically at their mercy. So in this case, merch by Amazon, like it was on fire, like 5,000, 6,000. These are collected royalties. This is not, selling goods and things like that. This is like royalties coming in when a shirt sells. December 2016, almost 10 grand, 5, 4, 5, 3, and so on. And then they started making changes, cutting royalties and changing ASINs, all these things you don't have control over. And when that happens, you're going to have to make adjustments. So you're going to pivot into a different strategy, which you could do that for eBay or Amazon or merch by Amazon, or you can pivot into a different platform. And here's my example of like what they changed. 2016, you can price a shirt at $19.99. You're making $8.89 per unit. And they just kept cutting it. $19.99, this is what it is now. You're making $5 per unit. That's a big difference, from a couple of years ago, $8.89. I think even before that, like when it first came out, we're making like $10 a shirt. Totally changed. So what are some factors? Let me try to relay this back into like the eBay and Ross side. So what are some factors that come into play when you're either in a rut or you're looking to pivot into something else? Maybe you can't source the products that you used to. Like maybe stores are closing. Maybe stores aren't getting certain shoes and stuff that they used to get. They're under construction. We have one Burlington that's like remodeling, super slow right now. Maybe some of the products are bad. Maybe you made bad choices in your Ross finds before. RBX challenge, definitely getting to that on the last part. Platform changes, like I said. So the PayPal one, they changed. eBay, they could change at any time. The other apps, they could make little changes here and there. Time management. What if you just had a kid? What if now you have 3 kids? What if you're balancing a full-time job and reselling on the side? Now you got to figure out the time management part. Impatient on sales and lack of capital. So this here is huge, which I'm going to talk about how it relates to Ross finds. And then maybe you lost interest in whatever niche you're in. There are some people that have asked me different questions, like starting out, and they want to jump into Ross finds. They want to jump into Burlington finds. And it's kind of funny, though, because the first comments are like, man, $50 a shoe, like $60 a shoe. And I'm like, why are you starting off with Ross finds and jumping in if you, number one, don't have the capital, and number two, you're trying to make money quickly because, yeah, you see things like that. Like start off slow, learn what, to sell these smaller things. Maybe you want to start off with thrifting and garage sales and earn your way up, learn the platforms, selling your own stuff, and not jumping into other things. So here's my question. Let me see what your answer is, because I'm interested, because there's people in both of these models. Here's my example. And you pick one. I'm not going to tell you like, hey, one of them's really, really wrong. One of them's really, really right. You let me know what you are or what you think, or maybe which one sounds better to you. Both sellers have 20 in stock. I tried to think of a shoe that was so cheap at the outlet. And I was like, oh yeah, those Kobe ADs, they were like 39 plus 20 or like 39 plus 30% off. So are you seller A or seller B? Here's the example. Seller A sells 3 pairs of this shoe this month. $60 free shipping. Now, the reason why I'm using these numbers at 60 and 85, because I did the research today to see completed listings and people are letting them go for that cheap, right? $60 free shipping. Now, you sold 3 pairs this month. Next month, you're going to double that. And let's say you sell 6 pairs of this Kobe AD, or seller B selling 1 pair this month, which you sold less than seller A, 85 free shipping, which is still low, but I'm giving real numbers of what at least I saw today. And let's say you doubled that, so 2 of them sold the following month. So seller A, seller B, which one would you be and why? Depends how many you have. So that's what I'm saying. Both sellers have 20 in stock. Seller A, then seller B got to adjust prices. Okay, that's from Daniel. Let me see. Let me go back up. I bought those from someone for 50. Man, that's cheap. Seller B, you can be both. Let me see. Depends on the cost of sourcing. Well, yes, which we're going to get into that too on the next slide, but we're assuming that both of them got them at the same price, which was 20 or like $28, because they were like 39 plus 20% or 39 plus 30%. So $28 is what they paid. But remember, seller A is selling more pairs per month, but seller B is selling less, but for more money. So that's why you got to, I mean, which one would you rather be? And it's kind of funny that we see like a different mix on the chat, because I'm not going to tell you like, hey, one of them's right, one of them's wrong. Just here's an example, like which one would you want, or which one would you want to be? So let me go back up and see what the comments say. Because I think it's a good, solid question. And I think, let's see. Oh, so I read that one. Paper Juice says seller B. In this situation, seller A. Let me see. That's tough. That's from Robert. George says B. Higher return can help you expand your inventory. That's from George. Gritty Girl Boss, seller B. Photos, draft, and ship. Well, if you don't care how long you have them for, seller B, from Edgar. Seller B, gotta have better picks. Let me see. This is called a fast nickel or slow a dime. That's from Daniel. Let me see. Faster return on investment before the market tanks. Seller A is making more. That's from, man, where are we? That's from, man, I don't know where we went. Now everything is going crazy. Oh, okay. That's from Chris. Hustle on silence, hilarious. Let's see, or gets flooded. Forget both. I'll sell them the same week for 49. Even if you're seller A, just do best offer. It's not a race to the bottom. Actually, isn't it the same profit then for both? That's from Chris. So now we're getting a little tricky. Depends on how much capital you have with DFW kicks, which also into consideration. Let me see. Better free shipping or charging for shipping. I mean, either one, you can charge for shipping. This is just an example, though. I mean, with free shipping. Don't buy this Dookie from seller C. It's hilarious. Seller A is why the market tanks. Seller B all day. Depends on platform. If you're in this for the long run, seller B, good quality, high ROI items. Seller A, and keep it moving unless you know it's a hot shoe. Helps get to power seller and more, and feedback. And then $6 meeting the current demand. So a little mix on the results, which is good. Like that's what I wanted to see, what or where people would stand. So here's my example though, on seller A and seller B. Now that there's a couple of key things. Number one, both sellers have 20 in stock. This is huge to notice. They have 20 in stock. Now, after 2 months, seller A is almost halfway done with their inventory because they're already going to sell 9 total pairs. Seller B has only sold 3 and they have 17 left. Now, what's going to happen in month 2, 3, 4 after this second month? Now that seller A is is quickly getting out of it, seller B still has them in stock and at a higher price. Even at 85 is still cheap when you really think about it. I mean, for Kobe's, but they're still going to have some in stock to work with. And that's why when I went back to this one, impatient on sales and also the lack of capital. Now, your lack of capital is going to catch up to you on seller A. You can't build capital this way with seller A. Let me show you why. So if you're selling the shoe for 60 with free shipping, after your fees, after, let's say $12 shipping, brand new with box on, I guess the average with box, bought it for $28. So you're making $12.20 net, right? Your original $28 that you got. So now you can combine those. You can reinvest that money, or you can keep the $12.20 net, and then you can do whatever you want with it to go from there. But selling those 3, you're at the 84 of your cost of goods, and then you're net at 36. Now you have 120, 60 total for the 3 pairs that you sold, and you have 17 pairs left from selling 3 that month. Now, oh yeah, 3 that month. Okay, so that makes sense. Now, selling a shoe for 85. Now your net is way higher at $33.95. An original 28 to invest. Now you're coming back. Okay, now $61.95 to reinvest that you have for 1 pair, and you have 19 pairs left. Like I said, A is going to run out a lot quicker because they're moving it quicker. But A is not going to catch up to have more money in capital in the long run because they can't build it up that quick. This person's making almost 3 amount of time, 3 amount of the 12.20 from the 1 shoe period. And the funny thing is, though, looking at the completed listings, they're around the same dates. When I was looking at them, this guy sold 4 pairs at the $60, and the one that sold it for 80, there was 2 of them that sold for 85, and they were days apart. Days. It's not like they waited months after. It was the same month right there, except one sold 1, the other one sold 3. So sold more, but made way less. That's what I'm trying to point the picture is like that's how you get kind of stuck in this rut because you don't have that money to reinvest. So let me go back up. This is crazy hard work for 12 bucks. DFW kicks for sure. I mean, that's the way I think is easier to explain it this way and showing both of them side by side. Daniel, 10 bucks. This is for some RBX. I appreciate that. Hey, that's half my cost for some RBX. I want to buy RBX for 20. I got 10 from Daniel. I can go and get that RBX bread loaves that I've been wanting for a while. All right, so this is how high-end cleats get tanked first. Definitely. I mean, I can go back up. I just like to explain it this way because the 20 in stock really matters a lot because we're getting them at the same price. Our outlets aren't going to change in the pricing. Like sometimes Ross and Burlington are a little weird on the pricing, but for the most part, Nike outlet stays the same. Like we're going to get plus 20 off the back wall, plus 30 off the back wall, in bin sales. But like when I see, Ken in Ohio is paying this much, I'm paying the same. It's like they're going to somewhat stick to those prices. Maybe some hit a lower price before others, but it'll eventually get to that point. And I think this one was really, really cheap during the holidays. It was insanely cheap, like $28 a pair. So I thought it was a great example to really break them down from seller A and seller B. So that one, and let me go back down. And there's that full breakdown. Let me go back to the chat though. Flipping Cheddar, 10 bucks. Lesson was worth it. I appreciate that for the $10. I can now buy my RBX lows for, I got 10 and 10. There you go. Got my 20 bucks. Patrick, don't pull impacting now. I know that was a really good, you know what? You're going to see it in my Friday video. There's a really, really cheap impacting find that I did research on at Burlington. It was like $30. I was like, man, this is insane with free shipping. When seller A inventory is low, they're going to panic and just pick up Dookie just to have inventory or drop prices and sink the market just to make a buck. Which exactly, I mean, they're going to look for more because that the stock has already run out. What if seller lives in Cali with unlimited inventory? If that's the case, then they should go all in and buy more. But that's also my point. Like, hopefully they'll have capital before then to buy all of them in stock. They should be buying all of them. They're eventually going to run out, right? But they should buy all of them that are there and get the right price for the full potential if someone has already been selling them for that amount. Let me see. Hustle in silence. I like to see more thrifting videos. Don't forget ASMR. I like the sound of the hangers. That's hilarious. I appreciate that. Hustle in silence. 15 bucks. Great meeting you in person. And ASMR videos. That's hilarious with the hangers. Let me see. You have to be sure with ROI. Let's see. Looking for thrifts. What's up? All right. So let me go back down. Now, this is kind of completely switching to what I was first talking about, but giving you my, what's up, heart pickers, giving you my real life example of how I'm personally pivoting and what I'm doing. So if you guys followed my channel before Merch by Amazon, I was doing Amazon FBA with Ross finds. And I stopped Amazon FBA. You can see like a huge Target video game haul. That was like, man, that was a long time ago. But once Merch by Amazon came out, I let FBA go. And then I went all in on merch and built that up and then collected the royalties, paid a bunch of taxes. And now that Merch by Amazon is fading, I was preparing that though, as I saw those numbers go down, I'm like, this is not going to climb back up with cutting royalties and getting that. So I'm glad that I did learn FBA before and having that already under my belt. So for me to jump back in, it didn't take that long to like relearn things. So March 2019 was like my first official month back in FBA. And then now April 2019, I'm 3 days in. This is where I'm at now. My goal is to get to 10K sales for FBA and then just keep on building it from there. But being a full-time seller though, what I talk about like pivoting is just like getting into when deals don't work out or you have, have this entrepreneur, you have a business and you might have a big client like give out on you. You might have something happen to where you have to pivot into something new that's going to make you money. Being a full-time reseller, I was like, all right, merch by Amazon's not working out. I got to start doing something else, right? To get that back in. I got bills to pay. So now build that back up with FBA. And if you want FBA videos, I can go back to doing that. I have really, really old ones that you can see on there. But I know I've gotten different random questions for FBA recently, but I can do that if needed. Can you sell shoes in FBA? Yes, I can. Let's get a money war going. There we go. Let me see. You're ungated in a lot of stuff too, which has helped getting back on easy. I'm ungated on some brands, but not all. Not all. Like I can't sell Adidas, Under Armour, a lot of that. I mean, Nike being a big one, yes. Some of the toy brands being big ones, Lego and some other ones, yes. And then there's some other ones that I just haven't gotten into. Hopefully I can, but I don't know if and when. What happened to merch? So that's what we talked about. Sorry, let me go back up because Eugene Smith, $10 as well. Eugene, sorry I didn't get to go fast into the shout out, but thank you for that, for the $10. Eugene, what happened to merch? They cut a lot of royalties and they've changed a lot of things with, ASINs, and man, it just got rough. And so with merch, it really cut down what we were making in like 2017, even 2016. Mercari is trash. FBA videos, please. Hearts pickers, what is FBA? And let me go to the comments. All right. So what are we in? 748? Yeah, we still got to do our giveaway. So this is from the RBX video. Omar says he guessed the basketball. Some fool is going to be messaging you tomorrow telling you he scooped up 10K worth of RBX from Burlington. That was one of the hilarious comments from the RBX video. And speaking of that RBX video, let's do the giveaway. So if you watched it, and the reason why I did the giveaway on this video, because I was like, when people see RBX, number one, they're going to be like, this is an April Fool's video. This is dumb. I'm not going to watch it. And I was like, you know what? For the people that do watch it, this will be a sweet giveaway. And I haven't done a giveaway in a while. So I was like, we got to make this happen. So what did I buy? The shower liner, the dog pads, basketball, pump, or the socks? And the answer was, if you can see me, the official RBX shower liner, 72 by 72, only $3.99. Got that, Ross. Now, your question is probably, why would I pick up this? So out of all five of them, this was going to be the easiest item for me to return to cut the lines at Ross. Because if I would have bought the socks at Marshall's, I wouldn't be able to return them because I didn't need to. Like, you have to jump back in line anyway. If I got the pump, Burlington, I can't cut in line. Basketball, I can't cut in line. Dog pads, I could, but I don't want to carry that in. Shower liner, small, put it back in the Ross bag, cutting in line. So for the returns, $3.99. And I try to confuse you because I did I do have dogs, so it did make sense for the puppy pads. I tried to build up the socks. Some people didn't believe that. I tried to build up the basketball because it was a Hustler X colorway. Didn't believe that. So shower liner. These are the people that could win. Now I was going to do top 30, but then YouTube just scrambled everything together. And instead I was like, you know what? Whoever guessed shower liner, you're in. and 45 people in. So Corey Castro, I think, was one of the first ones that I met. So put him in there. Little Glock, what a name. Little Glock, maybe you'll win. And who else? Uncle Boogeyman, what a name. You're into. John Tyrell, nice. Mile High Hustle, nice. Hustle in Silence, nice. So who else is in here? Who else is in here that's in the chat? Let me see. Oh yeah, Daniel. There you go. Daniel, number 37. Uzi Vert Rutmeg, who's usually in here. I see him once in a while. Danny Martin, Jason. So, all right, you don't have to be present to win, but if you are, you can choose what you want. So, there we go. Captain A, where are you? You're on here? I don't see you on. Oh, yeah, you are. Number 14. All right. And there we go. Chia Bam Bam also is in here. There they go. Number 16. Okay, let's get into it. A random number generator. So we have 45 people. I'm going to refresh this. You know, I'm not rigging it. All right, 45. And let's see our first winner. You get to choose if you're present. Generate. Number 40, which was Eric watches YouTube. Wherever you're at, if you're in here, you get to choose what you want. But I don't think you are. So in that case, whoever else is in here, if they win, they're going to choose before you. So, all right, let's go to the next one. So Eric watches YouTube. You are winner number 1. Next one. Number 14. Captain Akron 27. You're watching. Which one do you want? I'm excited for you. You get to choose because you're here and you're present. Number 14. You want Ross, Burlington, or Marshalls? Let me know. Okay, and last one. Here we go. Got to press this button. Sterling. What is it? Number 22. H Family Finds. You have also won. There we go. Captain Akron, you got Akron, you got Marshalls. That's what you want? You got it. So there we go. I'll put that one aside and we'll make sure we get those sent out. So H Family Finds, Captain Akron. Sorry, I can't messing up your name. Anyways, Akron 27 and Eric watches YouTube. All 3 of them have won the gift cards. All right. We are, let me go back. Stop. Okay, we are done. Any questions? We got 7 minutes. Anything you want to throw out there in the chat? Anything you want to say? Any other comments? Friday, I'm going to have a Burlington video. I just got done. Actually, I'm almost done editing that. So I'll have Burlington video regular. No more RBX. Trust me. It was only for April Fool's Day. We won't see RBX anymore. But we'll get a regular in-store action vid. If they're not there, yeah, if I don't hear anything from them, then I have this list saved and we'll do it again. And it's happened before, though, because I've ran different contests where they don't even respond and never hear from them. If they don't respond, we're going to give them a week. So next Wednesday, we'll redo it if they don't answer. So there we go. Akron will, though. He already told me, Marshalls. So more than likely, I'll get a hold of you or you can email me, hustlerhacks1@gmail.com. We'll get it sent out. Let me see. Do you do wholesale, OA, or just RA? Just RA for FBA. Did you stop uploading designs to merch totally? I didn't stop, and I really had goals for this year. January, February, even into March, I was like really uploading consistently. And the thing is with Merch by Amazon, though, is that we don't know like if something's gonna sell or not. Like, you know, we're making something, we're trying to catch on, but there's no data that's going to support the fact that it's going to sell or not. With Amazon FBA, you do the research. It's going to tell you the sales rank, the reviews, if everything looks good, also your buy cost. It makes sense. Just like you would with eBay checking completed listings, right? If the data supports it and you're researching, you're going to make, you know, better decisions. But with Merch by Amazon, it's like we're throwing it out there. We're hoping we get some sales. Now we got to possibly throw in advertising to build that up. And it's like, but there's still no guarantee that it's going to sell. So yeah, a lot did change. And with the royalty cuts, I'm like, man, now making, almost $4 less. Ugh. Okay. Let me see. Where are we? Man, are you gonna burn your Dolphins Tannehill jersey? No, I'm not gonna burn it. I still have it. Maybe I can change the nameplate or something. Maybe we'll get a new number 17. Let me see. I need to hear a shoe example. Have a great week. Thanks. Thank you, Kiki's mom. Appreciate that. More contests. Definitely, we're gonna get some more contests. I need to do more giveaways. I noticed that I haven't done a giveaway in a long time, which is uncalled for. So I need to do more giveaways, and I will do that. Let me see. FBA finds videos and district deals. Let me see. Does Amazon disclose how many sellers there are on merch? How has it grown? It has grown a lot, but you also have to start off at a low tier level. You're at tier 10 and tier 25, and you got to build your way out of that. So even though there's new sellers, they're not necessarily going to compete with you directly if they can't upload 200 shirts, 300 shirts. But I didn't explain that thoroughly, but Amazon changed ASINs for merch by Amazon. And when that happened, like all your old shirts that had original ASIN numbers all completely got changed, almost like it refreshed everything. And then everyone's almost like at the same level to where everything just got, scattered in there. So that also got tough. I sold a Dolphins jacket I found at the thrift, picked up for 40, sold for 130 today. Nice. I'm glad there's still Dolphins fans out there and bought that jacket. Are you selling only on Amazon FBA? Also, do you sell used shoes? I'm selling on eBay and of course the apps that you guys know, and FBA, and of course what I make on YouTube. So it's a combination of those three. Do you also sell used shoes? Not on FBA, only on eBay. I like your shoe collection video. Can you do another updated one? I can do one. I haven't done that either. Updated a couple of jerseys I got, but not a lot of them. But I could definitely do one with that. Secret app coming in clutch. It's Doug the Pug. Did you ever pick up that Kuji Puma shirt? I didn't. They still have it though. They still have the white one, and what was the other color that we found? The black one too. They still had them there when I went on Monday, but no, I didn't pick any of those up. Or the shoes. They still have a lot of those Kuji shoes. The Puma. Can I say a win? I bought a Live Aid DVD for $2.99, sold for $1.99. Oh man, the Queen concert one. That's crazy. That's a sick flip. $2.99 to $200. Eugene, I'm at Ross now. Let us know anything good. I found the Kuji slides from Doug the Pug. I don't think I saw those. I saw a lot of Fenty slides and women's. I don't know why. Let me see. Alfonso, sorry, did I miss a question? Let me see. Oh, so I should focus on higher ROI instead of high volume, selling about 12 shoes a day with 12 profit for each. Only problem is running out of space for new inventory. How about 20 and 12 Marshalls, 5 Nikes? That's quite a bit. I mean, that's a good amount of stores to source from. I mean, 5 Nikes, 20 Ross. I mean, you have really good stores to go and to build up inventory. Don't worry about the space issue. I mean, Ken has an apartment, and that's part of the grind too. Like eventually you're going to have to get, maybe you're going to move into a different place. Maybe you're going to do something to get to that point, but utilize the full space to this capacity. Like there's nothing wrong with that. And using all of that area, but I wouldn't flip them quick to make a low number. You're going to do a lot more work that way. But if you're patient enough and you have high quality finds, especially the really, really good ones, like those LeBron 16s, I've been selling them at the $269, $279 range. But on the apps, they're at like $160. And like, I'm not going to accept whatever bids just because I need to make more room or anything. I mean, they're high quality finds that have been selling on eBay. I don't have to be impatient with it. And, you know, that complete with box and a newer model compared to one-offs that maybe I found at Ross that were bad buys, that's the stuff that, hey, I can use that money to reinvest into something else. But for really good quality finds, no need to rush through them and make a low amount. So let me see. I'm gonna go back. Is that a 2-gallon Kugan back there? It's a smaller one. It's not too bad. Let's see. Yeah, the apps can be cutthroat. And the thing is with the apps is that sometimes the dollar amount is way better than compared to eBay, and sometimes eBay is way better. So I think it's good always be cross listing to see what's going to be better for you and the pricing. But just because it's a certain price on the apps or whatever doesn't mean you just have to go in with that or accept every bid. I don't know why people do that too. Let's just walk into stores and accept all bids, like to make a low amount of money. Why? If it's a high quality find, hold on to that and make the money that you deserve from that. Like there's no need to rush through that. So, all right, I think we're done. We're over the hour, but yeah, anything else you want to throw in there, then, you know, we can talk about it. Any other questions, but I think we're done. If you want to do a further breakdown, we can. I can have Hustle be on the show. He'll be ruthless, more ruthless than me on the explanation, and you can really go through it if you want. But let me know in the comments in the chat. And let me see. North Hollywood, what LA May 10th Burlington store opening? There we go from Eric. Have you ever sold the same item on 2 platforms at the same time? How did you handle it? I did sell it at the same time, and I had to contact the seller on eBay to cancel. So it is what it is. Had to do it. Does good till canceled sold items stay in your active list, or is it just me? Stay in your active list. Sold items. I don't know. It's a different question. Didn't really think about that. How do you decide? I wish I had a different answer, but how do you decide to counter offer or accept the offer? Easily, if the offer, I mean, if they're low, I just do the auto decline. I'm not going to be going through that because we're going to get a lot of them. But if the if the counter offer comes from a seller that has very, very low feedback, or they haven't bought anything in the last 90 days, you know, usually they're not going to pay. And I've found that the hard way from older days. You know, no need to force that out too. Just like, yeah, I'm going to accept the offer and then not doing the research on the person. So those kind of factors. And of course, your buy cost and what are their profit margins. And usually, you know, on some of the higher end stuff, people want to make 40, 50, 60, 70 plus. But if your profit margins are different, not everybody's going to have the same business model. That's totally up to you. I hate when people don't pay when I accept the offer. I know it's 2019 and we're still dealing with it, Robert. It's ridiculous. All right. We'll see you on Friday's video, Burlington in-store action. Go out and get it.